What's up, everyone? It is Diecastbuffet here again with a 2025 Ryan Blaney Menards Pennzoil Ford Mustang. One of my favorite Menards paint schemes they've ever had is the combination with the Pennzoil livery. And Ryan Blaney has ran a similar paint scheme of this for about, 5, maybe 6 years now. Big fan of it. So, anyways, let's go ahead and take a closer look. And here we go, folks, with today's Diecast review. And let me tell you, this paint scheme has already been around half a decade, pretty much. It's changed a little bit. Obviously, the next-gen adaptation, they changed the door number color. And honestly, it really has become one of my favorite Blaney paint schemes that he runs, once or twice each year. And I believe he's won 2 races in this. Didn't he win the Talladega race last fall in this? I could be tripping on that. Or was that 2023 or 2024? No, it wasn't 2024 because that was Ricky Stenhouse's year. I think it was 2023. Yeah, I think I'm getting things all screwed up here. Forgive me. Anyways, he won the Roval in this paint scheme as well back in the Gen 6 era. But here's the Ryan Blaney box design. Got Team Penske 2025, Ryan Blaney. Over to the name panel. It's only Pennzoil. There's no Menards, even though half the car says Menards there. It's just called the Pennzoil Ford Mustang. And without further ado, let's go ahead and open it up out of the box. And here we go, folks. Diecast out of the box, man. I tell you what, man, this paint scheme looks even better out of the Diecast box, in my opinion. The bright yellow, the gray, and a little bit of white on the side. And then they added these neon accents to it. We'll show more of the spoiler later in the review, but you can definitely see it around the door number. Very clean looking paint scheme. Let's go over here to the front windscreen. You have Blaney right there on the front windshield with the Ford decal. Got Pennzoil right there on the hood of the car. I like the Pennzoil liveries. A lot of history in the sport of NASCAR with Pennzoil. Got Ford right there at top of the front crown, if you will, of the diecast. Got the number 12 right there with the Sunoco decals on both sides. The Dark Horse Mustang, man, it's kind of crazy that 2026 apparently is the last year of this body style. So it only lasted 3 years in Cup competition. It's crazy how fast the time has already gone by. Because when these things were announced for 2024's Daytona 500, I'm like, wow, these things are cool. But we actually got to see them at the Clash, the first time. And, man, they were just really, in my opinion, one of the best body styles probably made of the modern Cup era in terms of just, making something that looks like a street car. And it's already being changed. 2027 apparently is going to have a new Ford Mustang for the Cup Series. Go to the left side of the diecast here. You have the number 12 W Penske on this. I feel like the door number is a little bit more shifted. Is that a paint chip there? I don't know. I feel like the door number is a little bit more, shifted towards the middle, or they just put a large number on the door, so it takes up a lot of real estate. I like that. Got Menards right there. Nice logo placement. Once again, take up the real estate on the car. Pennzoil on the right rear quarter panel. Got Knopf, Richmond, Kid, Snap-on, Discount Tire, Worth, and Wabash. Got Ford Performance, Cup Series, and Goodyear. One slight thing I don't like about it is the outlining around the Goodyear decal and the Discount Tire decal. It's like the background color around the logo is almost like orange, while the rest of the car is yellow. I'm not a big fan of that, but it is what it is. Got Ryan Blaney right there on the driver name rail. Always like how Blaney on his diecast, his name rail is always, it takes up pretty much the whole panel. I like that. Some of the drivers, name rails are just ridiculously like for a 1/64 scale, it's almost, you can't even read it, right? So I like how they make sure it's nice and easy to read for someone like me. Go over to the B-Post decal, Ford, PPG, Mazak, Dent Wizard, and Hunt Brothers Pizza. I didn't know they were on a Blaney diecast. I know they're on Logano's car. Advanced Auto Parts there, and Dex Imaging. For the back panel of the diecast, this is that bright neon day glow spoiler. I will admit there is some issues on this one. Looks like the decal wrap wasn't fully wrapped around the spoiler, and they pressed it and it left a crease. And anytime you have a crease on a decal that's been clear coated, well, it splits into 2. So you can see that line right there where the white kind of goes through. Got Menards right there, Ford, and number 12 on the right side. Go to the right side of the entire diecast here, and just I like the livery, man. I like the combination of the colors. Whenever I saw it, for the 2018 season, because this channel's been around since August 2018, believe it or not. Time flies. Whenever I saw the paint scheme for Ryan Blaney's car, it's one of my favorite liveries of 2018, and it's really cool to see him keep that paint scheme going, but slowly changing it to keep up with the Cup Series and the sponsors and the next gen adaptation. It really, in a weird way, reminds me of Jeff Gordon's DuPont car. The DuPont car from 2001 up to 2008, a lot of people might think was verbatim the same, but it actually wasn't. They would make slight changes to it. Maybe they would change the flames around the quarter panel. The hood logo might be a little larger one year. Might be the door number, might be a little bit larger. Regardless, they would make small tweaks to it, especially for 2007, 2008, because obviously you had the COT, but they kept the consistent paint scheme throughout all the changes that the Winston Cup to Nextel Cup to Sprint Cup had. So that's kind of what this paint scheme reminds me of. Very old school in keeping a traditional paint scheme livery, but tweaking it to keep up with the sport. At the top of the diecast here, you have the number 12 right there with the outlining being white on the roof instead of the neon yellow, which I do believe is day glow, which I guess is kind of a play on the Menards color, because the Menards cars are fluorescent yellow, so maybe that's why they decided to make that change. You got Dex imaging right there on the roof, and then you have Blaney on the back window. Now the deck lid decal, let's just keep it a buck. It's a little bit off there, so we do see Libman, Jack Link's, Target, Kid, Cardell, Duracell, Delta, Ideal Door, Maytag, Sylvania, and Atlas. It is a two-tone spoiler, with one side of the spoiler being black and the other side having that fluorescent yellow stuff. So that is really, really sharp. Guys, if you're a Ryan Blaney fan, if you're a Penske fan, highly recommend this car, man. Tap it over there at Circle B Diecast. Pick it up while it's still in stock. If you're a Blaney fan, I think they have the Nashville Race to Win car is available as well. So that's a really cool Race to Win. All kinds of great Blaney diecasts that have came out throughout the years. Of course, Logano, he's had a ton of great diecasts. I think his Texas win is actually came out recently as well. So if you're just a Penske guy, you got some great choices in 164s to pick up. So I'm gonna show let's show a couple other diecasts here. We're talking about race to win, so I feel like this would be kind of appropriate here. How about this? This is the Bristol Spring Kyle Larson domination event. You could get that diecast. That thing is really cool. It's got some damage on the left side of it over here on the quarter panel, right rear. So it does have some detail. The left side looks mostly clean, except for right here. And then how about this one here? Kyle Larson almost won this event. It was kind of a controversial finish, but it was Christopher Bell winning Atlanta, which happened to be one of 3 wins in a row. That's a DeWalt paint scheme, and it does have confetti on it as well. So if maybe for a Matt Kenseth fan, you might like that one as well, because they didn't, make the DeWalt race to wins for Kenseth. Anyways, thank you all so much for watching the video. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And before we head off, I'll show one more Race to Win diecast. And no one's going to believe this one, but believe it or not, this late model diecast here, this is a Wyatt Miller. Guess what? It's a Race to Win. That's pretty darn cool. You can check that one out over there at Circle B Diecast. Make sure you use promo code Diecastbuffet if you want to help support the channel and save on shipping. Shout out to all the cats who do use that code. Enough of me rambling. Thank you all for watching. Have a blessed one. DB signing off.